Have you ever really read a great book? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Max Reviews. And today we're going to be talking about Ready Player 2, the sequel to Ready Player 1, a book that I thoroughly enjoyed. And I did a review for it, a random review. It was like my second one. Decided to go live action today since there's not much photos, since you have no pictures in this book. Yes, I am reading books without pictures finally. But let's put this right here. This book. I'm so used to saying movie, but this book really it's one of the best ones that I've read in a while. So if you don't know me, I should probably do top 10 favorite authors, but I'm more into, well, it's over here. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. I gotta go grab something. Okay, where were we? So here's a bunch of books. This is what I usually read for books. I have stuff like Big Nate. This is, comic booky sort of a thing. Really funny. I like this. Pretty fun. We have Darwin B. Kid. I've talked about these a few times. Not as good as Big Nate or anything. I did a few rankings. You can check those out. And then one of my first actual nice books I started reading, The Terrible 2 Get Worse. The Terrible 2 series. Really good. Mac Barnett. But for actual big literature, I do read a lot of Brandon Mull. I don't have any of his books. But if you look right here, one of Gordon Corman, he just does really good books that I gravitate toward. If you like sort of interesting ideas in books, then that's what he is. And then my main sort of thing that I read is Percy Jackson, Rick Riordan books. He's done a bunch. Heroes of Olympus, Magnus Chase. I read a ton of this. This is the main bulk of what I read. But this was a sort of nice change of pace. Ready Player 2. Ready Player 1 too. Because there's sort of apocalyptic, if you will, sort of film. That also they're more of a video game. But I'm not a big video game person. I don't know if you've ever known this about me. I haven't really talked about it on my channel, but I don't play video games. Too often, at least. My mom is not big into video games or anything. So, this is an interesting sort of book for me. Because I don't do video games a whole bunch. So, it's sort of a new genre. But I'm also sort of used to it. And then the movie genre, which I quite a bit, gravitate toward, too. So Ready Player 1 was a really nice movie. A really nice book. The movie was trash. I did a random review on that. You could go check that out. I didn't do a book review because, well, I already sort of did the movie review, which was sort of a book review of me praising the book and criticizing the movie. But Ready Player 2 is a bit of a plot synopsis. After Oasis founder James Holliday's contest, Wade Watts makes a discovery that changes everything. Hidden within Holliday's vaults, waiting for his hair to find, lies a technological advancement that will once again change the world and make Oasis 1,000 times more wondrous and addictive than ever Wade dreamed of possible. When it comes to a new riddle, a new quest, a last Easter egg from Halliday, hinting at a mysterious prize, and an unexpected, impossibly powerful, and dangerous new rival awaits, who will kill millions to get what he wants. Wade's life and the future of the Oasis are at stake, but this time the fate of humanity also hangs in its balance. So, this book, there's sort of three elements to the first book. The setup, which I really loved. The quest, if you will, for the Easter eggs, which in the book was pretty good. It was medium. It was okay. And then the ending, which I had some mixed feelings on, but I did like at the end. This book, I feel the setup is just as good as the first book. The middle act, the middle part, the quest was not as good. There's a tension, but you don't 100% feel it. Some of these side quests feel more like side quests than actual parts. But the ending hits even. I don't think it's as good as the first book, the ending. But, man, it ups the stakes so much. And it really does sort of end the Ready Player 2 thing. Like, they could continue the Ready Player, but I don't think they will. And it does something extremely interesting in the final chapter. So I haven't been into spoilers yet. I gave you the synopsis. And before we get into spoilers, just this book I really enjoyed. Did I like it more than the first one is the question. I would say it's a tie. It's a worthy inclusion. It's a tie. It's close. It's really a good book. If you like the first one, you're probably going to like this one. And now, let's get into spoilers. So, for spoilers, the main villain that they were talking about is Anarok. James Halliday's sort of clone version of him that's been restricted of some stuff that worked in Halliday's contest. He's sort of like an evil AI and there's these new ONI sets, which you put it on your head, and then instead of you actually moving around in a VR system, you actually are inside your brain is where the Oasis is, where you could go and do stuff and all that. And so you don't need to go anywhere, but you're sort of frozen there until you log out. So this is very interesting. It was Wade's idea to set this out along with I forgot her name, H, and I'm gonna have to check this. Come on, give me a second. Hopefully they're here. What's his name? Yeah, I could probably Google it, but I don't really want to. So it's him, and it better be here. And no, I can't find it. Sorry, but the Japanese sort of guy, him and H all decide to do it along with Wade, and then Samantha Artemis doesn't want them to release it, so she goes on her own thing. They release it, and then Anarok, bad guy, takes control of billions of people that are using this, and they're stuck, and they have like 12 hours until they're all dead. So this is a lot more of a a lot more stakes, and the more stuff at stake here than in the first book, where it was just a contest, and it was the guys taking over the Oasis. This is actual people's lives at stake, where they're not necessarily 100% gonna die because they're trapped in like a coma, I'd say. So the 12 hours thing is just because your human brain can't comprehend it. But you have the quest, which is really, I'd say, the weaker part. It drags on a bit too long, and it's still okay. Going to all these places, you have them going after the prince sort of thing. That's the number one that comes to mind. They go in all these levels in, where was it? They play, I don't know if it is, I think it is Pac-Man that they do it. Just beat Pac-Man. And then all this other stuff that they do, the basic stuff from the 80s, going through movies. And then you actually get the ending where it ends with Wade, and also Og is a big part. You're going after Kira, who is Og's wife, and she's the AI that you get if you complete, and you gotta get these 7 shards. And this is what Anarok wants, the bad guy, so that he could take care of her and sort of be the he's in love with her because he's a copy of Halliday. So he is in love with her, but she won't accept him. So eventually they do beat Anarok, and he's destroyed. And then they do have this thing where they don't delete the Oasis, which they have the opportunity to, but they don't delete it. And then they realize that the AI, the digital scans, the ONI scans your brain, and so that you could have a copy of yourself even after you die. So Og dies. Og the Great and Powerful. And so what happens is they take his scan, because he did one ONI thing, and then he is with Kira forever. And they send the digital scans of every person that's ever lived on Earth and ever's gotten an Oni scan, which is billions of people. Send them on a spaceship off to space, and now they're immortal. And it ends with Wade saying that he is the one telling this story. The one that, the digital copy that went off into space in real Wade's spaceship, which he had made to escape Earth because Earth is messed up. So Wade ends with never doing the Oasis again, and they still keep it going, but he never does it again. He's with Artemis. And it ends, he's having a little girl who they're calling Kira. And the final line, it's just so perfect. It almost made me cry. It was just so perfect. The final line in this entire series says, and there's only one thing you could do is keep right on playing, because the game is that your life still isn't over yet. And there's no telling how far you might be able to get, what you might discover, or who you might meet when you get there. And he's talking about, I grew up playing video games and how it goes, and now I live my entire life inside of one. And it's just such a perfect ending, while being a bit whack and a bit weird, but it fits. So I just wanted to do this because I had done the movie version, but I really like this. So I'm probably going to do eventually top 10 favorite authors when I need a video, because that'd be an interesting video for me. I might do it in live action. Actual live me. This is the real me. Okay, yeah, this is the real me. Okay, sorry guys, but yeah. So this was a pretty thick read, as you can probably tell. I'm reading different ones, but different books, and this one is definitely one that I really enjoyed. So I'd recommend it if you haven't already read the first one. This might not be your thing. This is a lot more, like, a bit more R. Not exactly R, but they swear a lot in it, and it's not exactly for everybody, the way it goes. With the video games in the 80s, I enjoyed it. I know some of you might enjoy it, some of you might not, so I'd give this a recommendation. I really like this book. I just felt compelled to do a little thing for it, so hopefully you enjoy that. I decided to do this for a video. So Ready Player 2, really good book. Thank you for watching. This is Max Reviews. I haven't done anything in live action since the podcast with Hobrix back a little while. Well, I haven't actually done that yet, because I'm in the past. This is before Valentine's Day. So I don't know when this video is going to come out, but yeah. Just decided to record this and finish the book, so just thank you for watching. Subscribe to Max Reviews. Who knows how many subscribers I got? Maybe I got 1,000 by now. Probably not, but anyway, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe to Max Reviews. I'm Braden. This is Max Reviews. Braden out.